Greetings YouTube, Lone Assassin here. What is up guys? Today's gameplay is going to be a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. Reason being for many reasons, but basically one quick note about the gameplay. I'm using my brother's account, so you won't be seeing Lone Assassin, you'll be seeing Dragon Cypher in the kill feeds and the score and whatnot. Mainly because on the Xbox One you can share Xbox Live, so if there's a profile that has Xbox Live, any other profile that signs on that same console gets Xbox Live features, you can share it. So that's basically what we did. It was a real money saver. We really appreciate that. But back then, since we have separate accounts and we go like on Call of Duty and stuff, we had to like buy like Xbox Live like for each of us. So it was kind of a waste to a point, but you know, that's what we did. So like when we heard the Xbox One offered this, you know, feature, it was really cool. Like I thought it was really cool. So basically now all we do is just get Xbox Live for one. Doesn't matter which account, as long as the other person signed in, we get Xbox Live. So it was really cool, really handy, really dandy. So yeah, since it's on 360, they don't have that feature. So basically I just signed into my brother's account because that's the account that has the Xbox Live. So yeah, now they have that, you know, little summary, the little backdrop. Let's get into the main topic of today, which is basically how I got into Call of Duty, you know, what got me started, you know, what game that I started with and everything, and basically why I'm uploading this instead of Advanced Warfare. Now don't get me wrong, Advanced Warfare is really fun, really fast paced and everything. I do typically enjoy it, just like any Call of Duty. I rage and stuff, but basically because my teammates suck ass. Like in this man, there's gonna be some in there where like I check the scoreboard, I'm like, what's my team doing? They're going like 1 in like 20. I'm like, yo bro. But that's a different topic for a different video. So yeah, that's the only reason I get really mad nowadays. But I don't know, like Advanced Warfare, I'm just not really feeling it. Like I'm feeling it, but like I'm not like, no, it's not like this is my game, you know what I mean? Maybe because I haven't created enough memories like I have in past Call of Duties. But let's get like I said, let's get into the main topic. So basically, when I first started playing Call of Duty, I was introduced to the series by downloading a demo like about, I don't know, I want to say like in 2008, 2009, around there. I downloaded Call of Duty 3. You know, when you're against the Germans, the Nazis and stuff. So that was like an eye opener for me. That's what introduced me to first person shooters. Like I said, like in 2008, 2009, I was like 13 or 14 years old. So my parents really didn't allow us to play video games or watch movies that involve violence that much. So like I said, that was an eye opener for me. That was like whoa, like it was just like kind of like a revolutionary moment in my life. Like I can't really explain it, but basically what I have been playing is like just basically Nintendo games, you know what I mean? Like I had the Wii at the time. That was like the main console of the household, and like we just got the 360, so that's when I just started downloading demos because we didn't have many games. We only had like 2 or 3, and it was like the ones that came with the Kung Fu Panda and the Lego Indiana Jones. So those are, I was at the age where like those were too young for me, but I wasn't old enough to play like, you know, Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty and stuff, you know what I mean? I was at that age, like 13, 14ish, where like, you know, where those games are kind of kiddish now, like they're getting kind of old for me, but you know, I still haven't had the new games. So basically I started downloading like all these demos, and like I said, most of them were like, you know, M-rated games. That's why like my parents weren't really didn't really approve of that, but they just said, you know, as long as I'm not going crazy, then you know, it's fine. So I played that like a good times, and then my freshman year, which is 2013. 2013? No, I take that back. I take that way back. 2009. I take that back. I was thinking of how old I was. 2009. I was in my freshman year in high school. So basically, the talk of the town was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Like that was like the talk of the town. That and Assassin's Creed 2. So basically, but mostly Call of Duty, because that's when I was really picking up. You know what I mean? That's when MLG was getting popular. All these competitive teams, blah blah blah. That's when YouTube actually started, you know, with the gaming series, with the gaming genre. So it was a really, you know, revolutionary time at that time. It was really big, really popular. So that and Halo 3, I remember that too, Halo 3, but more Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So like everyone was talking about that. I was interested, so I looked it up on YouTube. Like the first few times I started looking up on YouTube. Back in the day, I only used YouTube. I didn't create content. I just used YouTube for like to unlock characters in Mario Kart Wii, or to like help me find solve a puzzle from Zelda. What was it? The DS one? I forgot what it was called. But yeah, that's what I use YouTube for, just to unlock things like walkthroughs and stuff like that. I never actually did it for gameplays or trailers or anything like that. So I typed in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and then I saw the trailer. I'll probably put it in there. You guys know what trailer I'm talking about. I'll put the trailer in the description for sure. When I saw the trailer, that's what introduced me to rap also, Eminem. At first I didn't like rap, but then when I heard that, I was like, oh, this is sick. So lots of things happened that year. So then I started getting into that. Then my friend let me borrow it. He had the game, he let me borrow it for like a month or two. Like I said, I didn't have live at the time. And so basically all I did was just play the campaign and Spec Ops with my younger brother. That was pretty good. Then like I gave it back to him. Then that same summer, so like he let me borrow the game like around the beginning of the year, and then a beginning of the school year, and then like around when summer happened, another friend let me borrow it until like 2-3 months later, because he really didn't care for it because it wasn't really his, it was his brother's. But he let me borrow it, and like this basically the same thing. I just redid the campaign and started playing the Spec Ops all over again. Basically, it wasn't that big of a deal. But so technically speaking, if you want to be technical, my first Call of Duty was 3. Then Modern Warfare 2 was my first full game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was the actual disc. Then what was it? I think it was my sophomore year, the summer of my sophomore year. So sophomore year was just ended. So I think that was 2010, right before Modern Warfare 3 was coming out. Black Ops 2 already came out, and it was already in the process. I remember I was at Toys R Us. See, Toys R Us where the deals were at, man. And then I saw the game Black Ops 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 1. And then it was like for $45, and then it came with the first map pack for free. So I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good deal. So I told my parents about it, and they're like, okay, cool. Just like have it restricted hours. Like 1 or 2 hours on the weekends, and then your father has to overlook what you're doing. I'm like, all right, fair enough. So that's what we did for like a good while, like until like I was a senior. They started being more lenient and stuff. But yeah. After I still don't count that as my first Call of Duty, because I got it like halfway. Like I got it like 3 or 4 months before. No, I got it like 4 or 5 months before Modern Warfare 3 was coming out. So I was like already behind. I made some great memories though. Like most of my friends had Black Ops 1, and I started getting into like Xbox Live and stuff. And we all played. We had some great parties. We had like Grand War parties, like just 9 people. We weren't really good, but we just had fun playing together, each other. We're laughing, having fun back. That's when Call of Duty was fun. When like everything was just like really casual, really laid back. There weren't many tryhards. There weren't MLG and stuff like that. So it was really, really cool. It was really fun. So then Modern Warfare 3 came out, and I actually got that pretty much on time. On time as in like, I don't have like 3 or 4 months before the next one comes out. I think I got it like Christmas or like in January or something like that. So I still have a good like 8 or 9 months before the next Call of Duty came out. And the same thing here, like we created lots of memories here. Like the memories that like we started in Black Ops, we finished it here in Modern Warfare 3, because from then on many people didn't get the following Call of Duty. So most of my friends, we pretty much got Modern Warfare 3, and we stayed on it to like the whole year until Black Ops 2 came out. And maybe that's why I consider Modern Warfare 3 my first official Call of Duty, because it's the one I spent the most time on since I first started, and it was a full game, and I had the best memories there because all my friends and stuff. So that's why I consider Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 my first and probably my favorite Call of Duty ever, because I just had so many memories on there. It's nostalgia. So from then on, I like I said, most of my friends didn't get Black Ops 2, so then the parties weren't the same anymore. It wasn't as fun anymore. And then pretty much after that, we just like lost touch. Like we all went our separate ways. We started college. Some were younger than us, some were older than us. So it was So we just started separating more and more. So it's unfortunate, but then yeah. So maybe that's why I'm not really feeling Call of Duty anymore, because those memories I made back in Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 3, you know, they're not here anymore, so it feels empty, you know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, like I said, it's really fun, and when I'm on good streaks and stuff, it's really fun and really cool, but it's more fun when you get to share those moments with friends and family and such like that. So I don't know, so maybe that's why I felt like I had to upload this game, because you know I miss those memories, I miss those moments. But yeah, that's basically all I want to talk about today. That's basically what got me started into the series, and basically that's where I'm at right now. I don't know, in the future I don't see myself playing Call of Duty like till like I'm like, you know, a father or anything like that. I'll probably play it here and now and then, but I don't know, like I don't see myself playing it as much as I did before, you know, like I would just like wait for the weekend just to play with my friends and stuff. It was really fun. Like I don't see myself doing that anymore, because you know, either if I'm working or now, if I'm going to school or just other things, you know, life is, I'm becoming more of an adult, so you know, life is getting more in the way of the video games. So I really don't see myself playing Call of Duty as active as I used to, so you probably won't see it on my channel that much. I think I'm ready to move on to a different types of games, because like first person shooters are kind of getting old for me, at least, because like I said, if I can't share it with my friends or anything like that, then it's kind of like, you know, pointless in my opinion. But again, that's my opinion. So again, guys, thank you for watching. That's basically how I started Call of Duty, and basically any first person shooter, because that's what introduced me to the genre and rap, I guess. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. Thank you for watching. If you stuck out the whole video, you guys are the real beasts. If you did enjoy the content, please check out the other content and check out